Hi guys, how are you? It's Break Nostalgia here. Today we're going to review this vintage LEGO Space set number 6956 from the Mtron theme. The set is called Recon Voyager, Stellar Recon Voyager actually, and it's from 1990. This set here that you have in front of you is my last addition to my Mtron collection, and is actually the last set I needed in order to complete it. Funny enough, it's been the one I've been after the most, even if I managed to get it only as the last one. The set is fantastic. It was my favorite as a kid when I was looking at the catalogs in the early 90s of the Mtron theme. I remember this one being my favorite. What used to get me so curious was this function, this feature that has this little rover that can be attached to the front of the spaceship. I have this set with instructions and box, so let's have a look at that at them first, and then we're gonna go to the set itself. Okay guys, so in terms of box and instructions, these are the instructions. I've been very lucky at having them in very good conditions. There's also no punch holes, but still there's not much to say about them because these instructions have only the steps to build the official build, and have no pictures of alternate builds at all in it, so there's not really much to say. Definitely there's more to say about the box. The box is very good. I like a lot the front picture. It's very brings a lot of memories to me. This is the front. If we open, if we lift the front cover, we have some more pictures of the set, the official set, with some of the features that are into it. Like you can see here the feature explaining how the magnets work, and if we turn it around we can see the alternate builds suggested on the back of the box. I have to say that about these alternate builds, there's not really much there's not really interesting to point out. These one and this one are just two different ways to build spaceships. I don't really have a clue about what this is, while this last thing, well, it's fairly decent concept. I like the idea, which is supposed to be, this is supposed to be a robot, I guess. Still, anyway, it turned out to be very ugly, but at least I prefer this one to these, because this tries to move to a different concept, while these are just two different ways to build a spaceship. Okay, so I think pretty much that's it for box and instructions. So we are gonna move to the set itself. Okay, so the set itself is beautiful. I really like it. I like its design. I like a lot the front, the whole front of the spaceship. It has a very good look. I like a lot the various details. I like a lot this feature here that has this little rover, very basic rover made with very few pieces, that is allowed through the magnets to be parked or connected to the front. It's very nice. For the rest, yes, it gets wider. While the front is pretty sleek and slim, I would say. the back gets pretty heavier and larger, and the reason for it is that it carries this big container, tools container on its back. In order to take it out, you simply push the whole thing out, and then you just pull it, and with enough strength in order to overcome the strength that is between the magnets. What these container, once you open it, has inside is just a set of tools in order for you to mess around with a minifig, pretending that it's doing some mining, looking for magnets, as for what I understood, the feature or the concept that was behind this theme was that these Mtron theme takes power from magnets, so they were supposed to be in the research and in the mining for it. It comes with 2 minifigs. There's enough space in the cockpit to allow 2 of them to sit. It's a bit interesting. It's a bit something I don't have very clear is that the cockpit is extremely wide, but it's very hollow and without details here on the back. Plus, if you open these little doors that you see here, it's supposed to give access to this second section of the cockpit, and I really can't I'm not sure this really makes sense, at least to me. It would have been nicer if there was going to be another control panel here, and then the 2 minifigs could have been in control of 2 independent sections of the cockpit. However, there's definitely enough room for customization. Interesting thing is these canopy piece. This is a bit more, this very first one here is fairly common, but this one is a lot more rare, because if I'm not wrong, it only came in this color in this set. So if you get your hands into any of these by any chance in the future, make sure you keep an eye on it, or you take care of it, because it's quite rare and fairly valuable, I guess. Okay guys, there's not much more to say. I'm just gonna give you a further overview of the few details that are into it. There's a lot of translucent neon pieces. There are some antennas and a lot of discs as well all around the spaceship, also here on the back. I like the various details that are here on top of the back section. Gives lots of color and makes it look really good. Bottom, there's nothing interesting to say. One thing I forgot to mention is just that there's some more magnets here on the sides, both these 2 sides, in order to be able to carry more small boxes. Okay, so I would say that pretty much that's it. I'm not gonna spend any more time on this review. Don't forget to rate, comment and subscribe so you can stay updated for the more reviews that will come over the next few months. And stay tuned also, because I'm tidying things up, but within a few weeks I think I'm going to upload a video where I will be showing my early 90s vintage space collection that will be featuring the whole Mtron team and also the whole Blacktron 2 team and the Space Police 2 theme as well. So if you're curious about seeing the whole thing at once on the same shelf, feel free to stay updated. Okay, so thank you very much, guys, and I'll see you later.